Morning, guys, or welcome back to YouTube. This morning I'm going to look at a customer reached out and said they got a truck with a braking issue, and that's all that I got. I don't know if it won't release the brakes. I don't know if it's got a leak, air leak. I don't know anything. Maybe it's missing all of its wheels. Maybe it's missing a brake pedal. Who knows? That's something funny about when I always find it entertaining when the customers reach out and they, say an issue, and you don't know what you're walking into. It could be something simple, or it could be a complete disaster, and you're just like, wow. So anyway, we're heading there now. We've got some other work I have to do for them, and I have to change out a couple of U-joints on a drive shaft, and also one of the yoke nuts are loose, so I think we're going to pull that shaft down and take care of that, and then probably change a hanger bearing as well. So yeah, we'll get there and get to work. Well, I wasn't kidding when you walk in and you'd be surprised. This should be a good one. And why they have the wheels off, I'm very curious. Interesting. Oh, I see. The tire guy was here changing tires. Found that. Alright, so I just talked to the guys. We got part of the drum here, and I was expecting to find the other half, but I think it's been gone for a while, which is crazy. I've never seen that before. I've never seen them break apart. I've had to break them apart when they cam over, but I've never actually seen the half of the drum missing. So these shoes have never been doing anything, and probably they're on the brink of camming over and just flip-flopping around on the cam. So we'll have to fix that, and then we're going to check all the other brakes while we're in here. Make sure this isn't going to happen to any other sides. Alright, so just aired up the truck and released the brakes, and this side didn't do anything. I don't even think the push rod come in on the brake chamber at all, so we're gonna have to figure out why this brake's not releasing. The shoes, like, this kind of looks like it was close to camming over, but the drum's not there. I don't know if it cammed over and locked up or what, but we're gonna have to figure out why this brake's not releasing. So let's get the shoes off and then see if this S-cam will turn after the shoes are off. Okay, so it doesn't look like the S-cam's really moved. See if hammer in the back here, on the back of the slack. Oh, there it goes. Okay, let's pull apart brake. Alright, so now that slack has come in, I don't know if it was just kind of stuck there. And operate the service brake and see, and make sure it's turning and coming back. Park brake pushed in already, so just push the pedal down lightly for now. Yeah. Off. You just wait. Okay. Okay, push down. Let off. Push down. Let off. Push down. Let off. Alright, so we're waiting on shoes for that other truck. So I've got two U-joints here and a hanger bearing, in case I need the hanger bearing. This is the truck. It's a Mack, and I had looked it over just originally for braking issues and got that resolved, and then I just looked over the rest of the truck and nothing major, but a little bit of a hanger, this yoke nut here on one of the drive shafts. You can see all the rust, so that nut's backed off. Now the yoke has got a little bit of play. It's hard to do it when anyway, nothing crazy, but we're gonna pull this shaft out. This U-joint down here has got a little bit of play in the cap. So nothing crazy, but definitely MTO. If they climbed under this truck, they might put it out of service for those reasons. I don't know. It's easier to fix it now than fix it at an MTO scale. So we'll get this shaft out, and yeah. Alright, zip these bolts out on the straps. So drop that side down. I'm gonna have to put it back up.
back in its spot. That one out. Make sure I don't get any pinch fingers. That one. Okay, I'm gonna put one side out, and the other will just fall out. Sorry, impact. Sacrifice. Sacrifice. Alright. Now which way? Which way are you gonna come out here? Probably. Oh. Feeling pretty heavy down here. I'm stuck on. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna drop it on my belly. Oh, that's gonna be a pain to lift. Okay. So you definitely get a better look here now. All that rust is just tells you that it's loose. And if MTO's seen that rust, they're gonna pick it apart. I know they will, because they've been going like crazy around here this year. Like crazy, handing tickets out left, right, and center. So we'll take this nut off, pull the yoke off, clean up the threads, or clean up the splines, and red Loctite that and run her tight. And as for this, we'll put 2 new U-joints in, and that'll be it. That way. Pretty sure I have a tool for this. Just like that. Out you come. That one. Just going to clean up this rust in here quick. Usually I use a tool that goes bzzz, bzzz. It's broken. That's what you get for buying all electric. Having mostly electric. The end broke off, so I haven't replaced it yet. This will do fine. You don't want to take too much off anyway. Okay. There. All the needles are in place. That. Here's my hammer. Yeah, just a little bit. Still okay. Okay, so get our bolts. Where'd that go? And there's this one. Changing these U-joints on these shafts. This Tiger tool really helps. I don't think I would have got those caps out easily without that tool. And when you're running the tool on here, you can hammer on the edges of your, just around to shock it, and it helps free up that cap inside. So I'm going to get the other yoke end here cleaned up and get the new U-joint in. And then we will tackle the yoke nut down at the bottom. With this impact, for those of you that think I'm gonna wreck the next guy's day with red Loctite. I would rather not have this come apart. This is out on the road or loose again. So red Loctite it is, and the next guy will just have to heat it up if you can't get it loose. The next guy will be me anyway. Maybe. Perfect. Alright, so we got this U-joint changed, and this one as well on this side. We'll leave the caps off till we get it up in place. Okay, the fun part. Okay. I think I went up above there. Few people that know how much these shafts weigh. Oh. Stay in, are you? The sun is beaming right in my eye. So those are tight. Whew, that was a struggle. That was a struggle. Nothing short of it. Right. That is it. Drive shafts up. New U-joints are in. Down there. We're gonna slap some grease in those U-joints and call it done. Alright, so we're done with this truck. Got the U-joints all greased and everything's in and tight. We'll probably end up taking it for a drive the end of the day. I gotta get another truck done here, and yeah, so I understand that hanger bearing or the yoke, you could use an air hammer and a chisel bit. I've seen guys do that to tighten them up, and I really don't think that's a proper way of doing it. Like, might as well, you know, if you can drop the drive shaft and take it off, do it that way and run it tight with an impact properly. I've seen guys use the chisel bit, and I feel like it's just to get you out of the door, and like, good enough. It's good when it left the shop, but it's not gonna hold. So anyways, we got the two U-joints swapped out. One had a tiny bit of play up and down. No, it wasn't gonna detonate. No, it wasn't. It probably would have, you know, gone quite a bit longer, but why? It's got a little bit of play. Just replace it. It's something the MTO could pick apart. And yeah, so we're done with this truck. We're gonna go to the next. I think I'm assuming the brakes, the shoes have showed up, and we'll get that together and test that out, make sure the braking system's all working properly, and that there was no other reason why that drum broke apart. So yeah, we're gonna clean up and go to the next truck. Okay, so plans changed. The parts are not here for that other truck yet, so I'm gonna look at this blower truck, and what I'm going to be looking at is this truck does seeding and mulch. So there's a tub here that you fill. I think it's with grass seed, or I'm not sure what it is, fertilizer, grass seed. And down there's a gearbox. There's a motor. I'm assuming this is a gearbox here. And there's a shaft that comes in right there into that side. I'm assuming this motor turns and drives the shaft. I know nothing about these blower setups. I'm about to find out. But what they're saying is it's not moving any material. And I think they say they can see the shaft start to turn, but then it stops. So I'm assuming either something's locked up here or in there. Somewhere here something is preventing it from turning, by the sounds of it. And so yeah, we're gonna start pulling things apart until we find something that could prevent it from turning. Okay, so I pulled the cover off this chain drive little gearbox. You can see the chain there jumped off one of the sprockets. Is that the issue? I don't think so. But we're gonna fix that and maybe go from there. See if we get any wiggle movement, or I don't think that would bind up enough to stop a hydraulic motor from turning. Alright, so before I go any further pulling things apart, I'm gonna probably pull the motor off, make sure the splines aren't stripped, and maybe get them to run it to make sure we're not chasing a motor hydraulic issue. It's either going to be this and back issue to the pump, or it's going to be this gearbox and down through here issue. So by pulling that, we're going to know where the problem is. Okay, so just pulled the motor off, and the splines aren't stripped. So that's good. And the motor seems to turn. Doesn't lock up. So I can rotate this shaft now. Haven't had anything lock up yet. And the spline in here is turning where the motor goes, so I think I'm going to grab them and get them to run the pump and we'll see. We'll get them to run the pump here, whatever the function is, and we'll see if this motor turns or if it you know, turns or doesn't, or anything obvious, if it's a hydraulic issue. Hopefully not. I don't. Turn it on again? Yeah. Alright, so just loosen the line off. I'm seeing lots of sparklies in the oil. I don't know if it's going to show up here. Okay, so I ended up pulling the motor off that was in here. As you guys seen in the video, when we fired up the seeder, that motor would turn. It would maybe do, you know, 10 revolutions or less, and then it would lock up, it would stop. And you could shut the blower off and the seeder, and then turn it all back on. It would rotate and lock up again. So it's not in the gearbox here or any of that. It's hydraulic. It's either going to be the motor or whatever, the pump that supplies the flow to the motor. I'm just pulling these lines off. Lots of unfortunately, lots of glitter coming out of the lines. So whether it's going to be the pump or the motor that's causing all that, or the pump, but I don't know if you guys can see all the sparklies in there. It's definitely got lots of glitter going on, so nonetheless not good. We're gonna pull this pump or this motor apart, and we'll see what it looks like inside. Just when I drain it out there, I can see some glitter on the bench, brass. So we'll get this pulled apart and inspect the inside and see what it looks like. Alright, so I got this motor apart. I'm not seeing anything that is jumping out at me that would be the obvious cause of all those shiny bits. I'm not saying the motor's not the issue, but I think we need to look into need to figure out where the pump is that supplies this motor flow, and your guess is as good as mine with this truck. There's quite a bit going on here with hydraulics, so I'll oh, wouldn't that be nice? It'd just be this one right here. Oh, that's a motor. It's not a pump. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, I guess be the pump stack over here off the engine. Oh dear. I'm not sure, hopefully, I'm not sure which pump, if it's just one or these two pumps here that are supplying flow to a valve bank with a solenoid that's allowing flow to that motor, or if there's a pump up here as well. So I don't know, I gotta figure out what's supplying oil. Maybe I should be pulling filters off and looking into filters right away also before going too deep into this. So yeah, okay, so I just had the filters off on for the hydraulics, and I didn't see anything inside, so I came back here to double check this, and I do stand corrected. There's definitely an issue with this motor, and I'll show you. I don't know how much sun's there. So I cannot turn this shaft. It is just stuck. So I would say that this motor is locking up in the bearings or something. I think we'll try and take it apart and see, but it's just stuck. So we're going to tell the customer we're going to get a motor for it, and somebody's been into it before. But yeah, it's like trying to spin that. I think I could be able to spin it with pliers, but it's very hard. Very hard to turn. So I could definitely, and to me that doesn't seem right. So if it, spinning and it piles up when it's fast. So I think we're gonna get a motor and start there. I could spend a whole whack of time and money thinking it's another, pump issue or something. The motor's right there. I'm sure there's a hydraulic shop with one on the shelf. I think we just start there, replace that, and if there is an issue, then we'll start chasing. But I'm not going to go any further. We're going to get a motor, start there. So, yeah, well, the parts still have not arrived for that international truck over there with the brake issue. The drum missing drum. So we're gonna, I guess I'll clean up here, I'll go talk to the customer, and hopefully the parts are there by then. Okay, we got the new shoes and the kit. These ones are correct. Here's the old one. Get pretty chewed up here on the edges, and something definitely was bouncing around in there. Quite a bit of damage to the edges, so definitely get some new shoes on, new drum, and then we're gonna test the brake, make sure the service brake works, park brake, everything releases, and yeah. What are we going to do? Air it up? I think so. Park brake has come on. Imagine that. Go to start the truck to air it up. This thing will crank all day and won't start. And it's not been nobody's had any issues with it so far, as far as I know. So yeah, it just cranks and does nothing. Alright, back in business. So I don't know what happened there, but seems like it lost its fuel prime. I had to take the line off that goes into the cylinder head and crank on it a bit, fill the filter housing up, and then started pushing fuel. So it eventually fired up. It sat from Friday over the weekend to now, so I wonder if it's starting to lose prime, fuel system prime, over 3 or 4 days. And if they run it every day and start it every day, it's fine, but if it sits for 3 or 4 days, it's not. So I guess we'll see if that becomes an issue in the future. So let's get these brakes on and check it out. Okay, we're going to turn the slack a little bit more. Yes, Cam. Go a bit more. Alright, grab a screwdriver. Make yourself a little slot. Put spring in. I'm fighting it because the shoe keeps dropping. Okay. Now you get one hit. That's all you get. Damn it. Yes. Oh. Alright, on one anyway. Let's try the other. Yes, there we go. 10 hours later. All right. Okay. Brake pedal. I want to watch the slack, make sure it comes back. Okay, go ahead. Off. On. Off. On. Off. Okay, that's good.
Sounds better.
Alright, everything's working, so
Nice.
thank you. We're going to release the brakes. The truck's set on the ground, wheels are chopped. Release the brakes so we can torque the wheels. You don't want to torque them when the park brake's on. You're not going to get the proper torque. If those wheels have to squish together, the drum's going to hold them. So you want to have your your park brake released to do that. Okay, let's check the back. Okay, I'm gonna go around to the other side and check the other wheels the tire guy put on himself, but I don't know if he's, I assume he torqued the wheels, but I don't know. Can't assume. Alright, I'll be back. Alright guys, so that's it with that truck. Brakes are working fine. I adjusted all the brakes, both rear axles and the front axle, and test drove it, and yeah, no issues with the braking system that I can see. So if you you know, maybe there's some mechanics, I'm assuming mechanics watching this, if you've ever seen that before, like drums breaking apart and
I don't know if maybe, you know, they have a couple new operators, and maybe maybe somebody stepped on the brake pedal without the park brake being released, and you know, all that force would crack the drum. Maybe the drum's just been cracked for a little bit and kind of breaking apart. I don't really know. So that you know, things do happen and can't always prevent it, and at least, you know, they put all new tires on the truck and they caught it then, so that's what matters. And yeah, so anyway, this will be the end of this day's video, I guess. And we got that roll-off truck, that other one, drive shaft U-joints done in the yoke, and then diagnosed that hydraulic motor on the seating truck. So yeah, good day. Well, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, please, if you have any input. I'd love to hear from you guys. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys.